Congratulations for being shit.
Thank
Well
you.
done for being shit, and well done for being shit. What was going on there? Where was the teamwork? Where was the spirit? Where was the communication? And what the fuck was going on?
Welcome to the Mafia Sports Report post-game show. I'm your host, Tommy, and joining me is my main man, Mr. Mikey. The Buffalo Bills go on to lose 24-14 against the Atlanta Falcons and are heading into their bye week on a 2-game losing streak. And I believe that makes them in second place now in the division, behind the Patriots. Another game where the offense is just putrid for the most part, Mikey. I thought the defense started off bad, finished good. It was kind of like a flip around from last week game where the defense started good and didn't do so great in the second half. But either way, our defense, I felt like in both games, did enough for this defense to win us the game if our offense actually was an offense. Pathetic. And let me hit that. Let me go ahead and hit that train horn, because you know we gotta bring that train horn, man. We're still some good stuff here. Let's see it. Oh. Sure.
Because nowadays,
Sorry about that.
Nowadays, the only time we hear it is when someone pays to hear it.
Yeah, we
ain't hearing it when we score because we ain't scoring.
Oh my God, Mikey. Look, we were kind of, we talked back and forth during the game, and I know you mentioned last year, that everybody eats, and it worked for a little bit. It worked for a little bit until it didn't, and then that's why we traded for Cooper, and it got a little bit better. But there was flaws in it last year early on, and listen, if it was working last year to perfection, we would have never brung in Cooper. Clearly it wasn't, and clearly now it isn't. And that's just one of many issues with this team. I'm just starting off with that part. Tonight was an opportunity for this receivers and Joe Brady to step up and show that, okay, like we're going to be all right. There's no Dalton Kincaid. Let's see what our receivers can do. Now, granted, I will say Palmer started off the game pretty good, but then he got hurt. So who knows what's going on there? It's ankle sprain, but either way, just not consistent. Not consistent enough. Coleman, inconsistent. Shakir was okay. I mean, like just not enough. And my problem is this. Defenses now are playing man against us and aggressive. They're getting after Josh. They're pretty much sending heat almost every time, daring us to beat them through the air. And we can't win off early routes. All right. We can't get open. Our guys cannot create early separation. Even the announcer, I forget what his name was. The other guy was saying the same thing. Like, we're having an issue there. The receivers just not being able to get open right away and earlier in their breaks, earlier in the routes. And that's a problem. And Josh just doesn't have a go-to guy, man. He doesn't have a go-to guy when we need a play, Mikey, to be made, a 3rd and 4, 3rd and 6. We just don't have it, right? And I feel like that's starting to really hurt us, man. It is. Josh is just kind of, and Joe Brady is just, I don't know what Joe Brady's doing either, by the way. But talk to me, Mikey.
That's where I want to start. Forget we need A.J. Brown. What have you seen from Joe Brady?
I never even said A.J. Brown.
No, if you look at the comment.
Okay,
what have you seen from Joe Brady the last few games that makes you think he's going to know how to use A.J. Brown?
Yeah,
3rd and 1, and you try to run a fucking end around. After last week's try to run a tight end around, and they fumbled. Stop running that play. It doesn't work.
You're right.
You're a 7-point game. You have a 6'5" quarterback. You're 1 yard away with 2 plays. Run a quarterback sneak. Get the first down.
Yeah, you're right. I didn't even think about that. That's 2 weeks in a row now. We've had fumbles on end arounds. 2 weeks in a row.
Both of them trying to take it like this.
Yeah. We didn't learn from last week. We got to do it again with a different player this week. I'm with you too. I am and that's one thing I've been saying about Brady too. It's not like when I talk about the receiver room, it's Brady's connected. And if Brady's not doing his part and calling the right play calls and getting these guys involved, better, meaning scheming things up better for each guy, then the whole everybody eats thing is just bullshit. It's never going to work, right? Or at least effectively. It may work here and there, Mikey, against bad teams, right? Bad defenses. And we're like, hey, we're scored 30. We're fine. But then when we play teams like this, by the way, number 1 defense in the league, aggressive man defense, you see the results, right? You see the results. And he's, by the way, guys, tonight, you saw Allen frustrated. I saw Allen going back to the old Allen where he was just trying to do anything, trying to make something happen and forcing a turnover, a few of them, because he's just trying to do something. And I don't want to see that. And Allen, of course, is probably going to go in the post game and blame himself. And it's his fault. And he has to go back and look at the
blame the fucking coaches.
Exactly. But he's not. He's not. And and he'll never will. Right. He's never going to say and be real and say, hey, I actually do need some help here. Like I do. Can I get a little bit of help? And he's not going to do that. And it's just us fans that are going to say it. And listen, the defense, for as well as it played in the second half, it still wasn't enough. And that's a shame. That is a damn shame. And that Falcons offense is okay. But I got to say, Bijan Robinson, our run defense still is putrid, awful. He had 180 yards on the ground against us tonight, something like that. That's wild, Mikey. That is unacceptable. I know he's a really good running back, but dude, it seems like any running back we face is getting 100. I mean, it just seems to be the case. And if they're good and great running backs, they're torching us for 2.
I think we paid a bunch of those defensive players, huh?
Yeah. And of course, when the commentator was like, that's his longest run of his career, I'm like, of course it is, because it's against the Bills. Yeah. Oh, my God.
It's bad. It's bad. Like, listen, I'll give Deion Walker his flowers. That dude showed up in the second half.
He did. Yeah,
he single-handedly tried to bring this game back.
Mm-hmm.
How do you not be able to line up on sides?
I don't know.
We are so undisciplined as a team. It's wild that we're 9 years into McDermott and we're still this undisciplined. We can't tackle. We grab. Yeah. We don't tackle. We grab.
No, we grab, we shoulder, we do the shoulder thing, right? Which, what are we doing there? Like, poor tackling, and he preaches fundamentals, and yet we're still poor in all these areas throughout the years. But once again, we could bitch and we can complain about McDermott guys all day, every day, and it's not going to make a damn difference. He's here to stay, and that's why I stopped doing videos about it, because I'm wasting my time. I'm wasting my breath. He's not going anywhere. This is what you get. This defense is exactly what you get every single year. I don't care who you bring in here. I don't care what new defensive coaches are coming in here. We can get all excited about. At the end of the day, it's his scheme. It's his players. And that's it. And this is what you get every single season. There's no difference. They can hire, like I said, Ryan Nielsen, who everybody thought was going to be the difference maker. There's no difference in this defense from last year. I see nothing different. Still same bad tackling, still same giving up big chunk yards on the ground. And now I don't know if we're even worse this year on defense with our corners. We may be.
Oh God, the corners are so bad.
So bad. I mean, Bedford's taking a step back. Trey White is just getting roasted every time out there.
They pulled him and put in Ingram, and then he was worse. I saw Jordan Poyer playing corner at one point tonight.
See, I didn't even see that. I was so...
In the second half, I saw Jordan Poyer on the field.
That's when you know you're getting desperate.
It was bad, dude.
Right. Oh, man. Oh, guys. Look, it's busy tonight. The chat is lit tonight. I want to thank you guys for joining us. I know this is tough. I know there's some Falcons fans in here and other fan bases in here, kind of, but yeah. Hey, look, man, end of the day, you ain't lying. If you're a different fan base and you're kind of laughing at what's going on right now, it's bad. We admit it. We know it. We see it. Hey, so, and you telling us that we're playing like shit or look like shit, or we agree. Was there another super chat, or was that the old one? I'm sorry.
I think there's another one in here. I gotta find
this one right here, right? I got it.
Yeah.
All right, let me hit that. Let me hit that real quick for you, buddy. Thank you, man. McDermott and Brady, Bean, Babbage all need to go. We need to clean house, just how the Baltimore Ravens are about to do soon. We're not.
We're not.
We're not. We're just not. We're simply not. I know you. I always refer to the Back to the Future. If you guys watch Back to the Future, the photo where everybody's starting to disappear. That photo of them with the gold shovels at the new stadium, guys, ain't nobody disappearing from that photo. They're all going to be there in 2026. And they're probably going to be there past 2026.
Listen,
I'm going to be honest with you. Yeah.
Tonight, as bad as the first half was on defense.
Yeah.
The defense gave the offense chance after chance chance in the second half.
Yep.
Tonight was on the offense.
And last week was on the offense. Just the same.
Yeah.
Same way.
Like at some point, the defense is going to crack. They gave him chance after chance.
Yeah. And this defense is not good enough to not crack, right? That's where Mikey's kind of going with it. We were surprised the last two games they actually held up for as much as they did, because that's not what they normally do, right? And the offense typically gets about 30. That's what we're averaging. But over the last 2 weeks, this is it. 20 points, 14 points. So that average is dropping drastically on these scoring points per game. And it will continue to if the Bills do not figure this out and figure it out quick. They got a bye week, obviously, so they got about 2 weeks to figure shit out. But, some things I just don't know are fixable. And if they don't make any type of trades, then they're definitely not fixable, or at least can help anything. That's where I stand with this team right now, Mikey. They have to do something, and I believe they will, but will it be enough is the question, Mikey. Will it be enough?
No, not as long as Sean McDermott's here.
Right.
And his coaching staff. We need to bring in an offensive-minded coach who knows how to build an offense that can use Josh's and the talent. You know what I mean? I don't have a problem with Bean. Bean is what Bean is. He's going out and getting the guys that his head coach wants. I get it. He's not going to go against him because Sean McDermott was here first. Mm-hmm. And, at the end of the day, Pagula is going to back McDermott. He always has. There was when the article came out about McDermott a couple of years ago, it talked about McDermott asked Bean, "Are you not on board with the plan anymore?" And Bean said, "Yes, I'm still on board with the plan." You know what I mean? So
not good.
But what's he gonna say? And I'm gonna lose my job because Pagula's gonna back McDermott.
Absolutely. I mean, somebody said the other day, Spin came in with the comment of the week because I said, listen, McDermott is really the one who hired Brandon Bean, and he's like, no, it's been Pagula. Ultimately, is the one that made it. I said, no, he's not. He's the one that got the checkbook out. Right? He had nothing. He could care. He left it up to McDermott. Listen, there's no coincidence that he got a guy from Carolina who he coached, who he was on the same team with. Could have been anybody in the world. He brought in that guy. It was his decision. And all Pagula's doing is writing the checkbook. That's it. Has nothing to do with him. And he's going to back McDermott. He trusted McDermott to get that guy, and that's the guy we got. And I like Bean. Like Mikey said, all Bean's doing, he's the guy that's getting the ingredients. That is it. He's getting the ingredients, and the ingredients ain't working, bro. And I'm not saying he's not, he hasn't had some mistakes along the way. Of course he has. He's not perfect. However, that's not the problem. The real problem is his coaching staff, and it starts with Sean McDermott. He's not the guy that's going to lead this team. I'm sorry, he's not. And for those that are still hanging on the McDermott, train or whatever, I'm sure some of those guys, people that are hanging on, Mikey, they're down to, one hand now. right. So there's no way that they're, that grip is starting to become loose. Go ahead.
I want to hit this. Says Josh Allen's Dak Prescott of the AFC. Great regular season, only be first round, exit year in, year out. Josh Allen's never lost in the first round. So check your math before you come in with a dumb comment like that.
Yeah. And also, and I don't know who you are, but Josh Allen has set playoff records, right? So you got to, if you're going to bring it, you got to know you got to know your stats. You got to know really what's happening, right?
Tell me he's a front runner.
Right. We've gotten to two AFC championships. He has one of the best, if not the best, playoff quarterbacks
Greatest
ever. Yeah, greatest. So it's once again. So if you're still in here, I don't know if you are, but NFL is the ultimate team sport, bro. It's not about one guy, right? And also, he's played very, very, very good in the playoffs. So it's not a fact where if he played like shit every playoffs, then maybe I can go with that. Maybe I can go, you know what? Yeah, he's this turnover machine. He's playing like, but the fact that he's played very good to great, pretty much great, you can't really, it's a bad comment, right? Now, if you said the Buffalo Bills flake out in the playoffs, they can't get it done. That's the reason why you guys lose.
But it's not
bad coaching.
First round exit.
Exactly. But no, I'm just saying in general, if you were to go, you guys are shit in the playoffs, you can't get it done versus Chiefs, I'll go with that. I agree with that. But it's not about Allen. It has nothing to do with him.
Yeah, it's just, got to stop being emotionally invested with this team. Yeah. I'm with you, No Bones, because Kincaid's not fixing this.
Yep.
He's just not.
Nope.
Thank you very much.
The problem is, Jared, though, we don't know that. That's the problem because, listen, the GM is responsible. The GM's job is to get the players that the coach wants to fit his scheme, right? That's all it's about. Trust me when I tell you, if Brandon Beane was the Chiefs GM or Philly, you wouldn't have players like he has here that he's getting out of the draft. You would have players that fit Andy Reid's system or the coach that coaches Philly's system. You'd have different kind of free agents coming in because that's what fits their scheme. That's what they like. That's what it's about. That's why they got scouts to go out there and go, okay, Sean McDermott likes to do this. This is the kind of player he wants on defense. And they're bringing it back to Brandon Beane, and Brandon Beane's going, okay, yeah. So that's how it works. Brandon Beane, to be honest with you guys, is more numbers than anything. Like GM, that's what kind of GMs kind of do. Now, obviously, they have a large role. They do a little bit of everything, but he's more responsible for the numbers and crunching the numbers and making things work. But at the end of the day, the ingredients is all about the coaching. That's all he's doing. He's filling up what the coach wants. He's not going to go against McDermott's scheme. He's not going to go out there and get sign a free agent that fits totally against what McDermott likes, because then there's going to be friction, right? And then you got a problem. So that's why Mikey started with, are you still on board? To me, that tells me you still on board with my plan? You understand what I want? I'm just making sure. Don't go out and fucking start signing some guys I don't want. That's what that tells me. So you're going to get what you get.
Oh, this is just sad.
Yeah, it's tough. But we've been here
before.
We've been here before, guys. I want to
last year. Yeah,
we were here last year. Exactly. We lost 2 in a row. And this is why I keep going back to the whole we made trades after we lost 2 in a row. This is I hope for them, meaning McBean, this is something that finally wakens them up and truly they see that there's some glaring holes that they need to address and probably make some trades. If this team, Mikey, does not pull a trigger on anybody that's impactful, I'm going to tell you right now, they do not believe this team is Super Bowl caliber team. That means because there's no way in hell that they can look at that squad and say this is a Super Bowl caliber team. We just need, you know what I mean? There's no one believing that. You just saw it against. By the way, no offense to the Patriots and no offense to the Falcons, those aren't Super Bowl caliber teams, and we got our asses kicked. Let's be real. We got our ass kicked both games against teams that are maybe playoff teams. Maybe. That's unacceptable, guys. Unacceptable. One of them was at home.
Just once again,
shit has to get fixed.
Draft talent, not character.
Yeah.
Not wrong.
Yeah. Yep. And my problem too with the team too, guys, is it's the same, when people say don't, I get it. When me, and I just said it, when me and Mike say, hey, we've been here before, we know how this team usually responds well, which we probably will. I'm not gonna lie to you. We probably will bounce back. We'll win some games. We'll get back on a roll, and then we'll get into playoffs. And this is where my problem is. These problems that we're having that might go away a little bit in the regular season will creep back up because we're going against way better talent, and they're going to execute and go and attack our flaws. That's what good teams do. And that's my fear. And that's been our problem every single playoff run is teams understand where to attack us. They know where to get us. And we just never correct it. And the problem is we don't correct it in the off season. We don't even correct it in the off season.
Nope. Could go out and get a big one tackle to help stop the run. You think McDermott will do that? No. I want an undersized defense that can penetrate. Why? We can't get home.
Right. And that's what I'm saying. Yep. And Mikey, this is I know I said it before, and I guess you're probably getting tired of me saying it, but I just don't trust this defense ever. I don't care if we go out next year and draft all fucking 10 picks on all defense.
We just did that last year.
As I'm saying, it doesn't matter. To me, I'm done. I don't trust McDermott's defense. I don't trust the scheme. I don't trust the players he's bringing here. I don't trust the current players we have. Just load the fuck up on offense. I know they won't, but honestly, at this point, that's the only way we're going to win. And look what's going on right now. Our offense is playing bad, and we're not winning. We're not winning because our offense stinks right now. If our offense was a little better tonight, we might have won that game. Just a little better. And we still would have been here not happy. But we would have probably won that game if it was just slightly better. But it wasn't. And we're going to lose those games every single time because our defense just isn't that good to hold teams to a certain amount of points. We're going to lose those games if our offense doesn't play good to great football. Bro, that Chiefs game coming up, Mikey, whoo! I don't know.
They're gonna dog walk us.
They're gonna steamroll us, man. They got guys coming back on. And by the way, all the receivers too, speed across the fucking board.
One thing we don't have is speed.
Nope.
You know what? You know what the Falcons did tonight? They said, "Okay, guys, man up," and they just brought blitz after blitz after blitz after blitz.
Yeah, and what did they do on offense? They go, okay, you're gonna play cushion. We're gonna fucking tear you the fuck up, bro.
Boop. Yeah. Like everyone does, just like everyone does against us. Mahomes is
every time
shit.
Yards after catch, baby. It doesn't matter if they pick up
because we can't.
The play 7 yards. They're picking up now. They're 2nd and 3. Easy peasy, baby.
We get a negative play. We play 15 yards off and give up 7 yards, 9 yards, 12 yards.
Every time.
I'll right back into 2nd and 8.
Yeah.
I want to hit searching for oldies here. He says, answer my question, please. I don't have money for y'all, but why the hell do we draft Keon Coleman?
It's okay, brother.
I don't have an answer.
Why did we draft? Yeah. Why did we draft Keon Coleman? Because I kind of understood at the time, and I still kind of get it, but they wanted a bigger receiver, a more physical receiver. For in the red zone, I believe, and just in general, right? Just a more physical receiver, also to help with the run, right? For blocking. And Keon Coleman is a bigger receiver, 6 foot. What is he? 6'3", and he could jump. He has a good vertical, former basketball. So I kind of get it, but right now it's just not working. He's too inconsistent, and also too, I don't know yet if this also lies on Joe Brady, just not really understanding how to use him in the offense. It could be a combination of both. So I don't want to kill the player just quite yet because I've seen him make some really good plays since he's been a Buffalo Bill, but I've also seen him be very
not consistent at all.
Correct. Very inconsistent in his play. So once again, is it Brady not putting him in better positions to be more consistent, or is it just a combination of both, or is it Keon Coleman maybe just not that good? I mean, it could be the case.
I can tell you why they drafted him. Brandon Beane came out and said why. I'm building a basketball team.
Yeah, there we go.
Except he doesn't have the speedster. The one guy who's supposed to be a speedster is Moore. And him
Yeah,
and Josh
he needs to
Allen
do
don't see eye to eye on
Nope.
anything.
Nope. Total
It's just-
disconnect there.
Yep.
Total disconnect. A matter of fact, I'll be honest with you. I think it's a disconnect all over the board. I still don't think him and Coleman are totally on connected chemistry yet. I think the only guy is true connection is I say Shakir. I think they have a true chemistry or connection. They know usually Shakir's in the right spot for Allen. I would say Dawson Knox. He's been with Allen long enough. They have a good chemistry. And Kincaid's starting to build that a little bit. Outside of that, man, it's rough, man. It is definitely rough.
Okay, Spen. I'll correct, but he doesn't lose round 1 year in, year out.
Yeah, the 2019. I mean,
okay, he lost it.
But Spin likes to make points. Spin likes to make
points. Yeah. The whole point of that was he's not Dak Prescott.
Right. It's totally different.
Wild.
Oh man, guys. So I know you don't want to see it, but we're gonna pop it up anyways. Let's pop up the the box score.
No.
No. All right, let's see it. Penix 20 of 32, 251 touchdown.
You can't make
Allen,
me look at it.
Yeah, that's right. Allen, this might be one of his, worst performance. 15 to 26, 180, 2 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. You know what I noticed they're doing on Allen too? They're doing a really good job containing him in the pocket, not letting him get off on running. They're doing a way better job.
Speaking of, I was going to say that last interception, you were asking me about why he was doing the flip.
Oh, the flip, yeah.
Right, that shows you why. He doesn't feel like he can get the ball off. He went to get the ball off and it got tipped.
Yeah.
And went up in the air.
I still don't like it as much, but I don't
like it either. But you were asking why he was doing that because he
I get it.
Actually get it off.
Get it off, yeah. Cook had 17 carries, 87. I thought he did okay tonight, pretty good, but I thought they controlled him in the first half. He did much better in the second half. Bijan absolutely destroyed us. 19 carries, 170, 1 touchdown, 81 long. Unacceptable.
Him and Drake London, 10 for 158.
Yeah, and then Drake London, 10 receptions, 158, 1 touchdown, long of 39, 16 targets. I mean, they were going to him just all over, man. Now, here goes our lovely receiver room. Palmer, 2 receptions, one of them being a 45, which is the opening play of the series, I believe. And then he got hurt shortly after. So who knows what's going on with him, how long he'll be out for. Shakir, not a great game. 3 for 33, 15 was his long, 6 targets. Shavers, 27 yards. He got some garbage time, to be honest with you, at the end there. So, and Knox, 1 for 19 with the touchdown. Ray Davis, 2 for 19. Ty, 1 for 11. Coleman, 3 for 11 on 5 targets. Just putrid, terrible, nasty, ugly. That you're not going to win like that, period.
I'm with Bill Fever here. Why the fuck aren't we using James Cook more on third down? Like, I get you like Ty Johnson, but you're going to take your second best playmaker off the field. It's just stupid every fucking time. And then you try to run it end around. If you don't want Josh to take the hits on the quarterback sneaks, back to back James Cook runs.
Yeah, I agree. I think some of those play and that goes on Brady as well. I think on crucial play calling lately, especially lately, on crucial like third and ones, fourth and one,
he gets tight.
He's been terrible. He's been so bad
in the red zone too. Like, and when it's crucial or he doesn't have space, it's really bad.
It's really bad. Yeah, it's almost like we just don't know what like he just doesn't know what to call. It's so clunky. But this, I got to be honest with you, it's weird with him because opening series usually for him are clean, good. We score usually, and then we get into this terrible funk, man, where it's clunky. It's vanilla at times. It's predictable, and then second half, same thing. Come out, nice drive, score a touchdown, right back to it again. Here comes the clunky offense where we just can't get anything going. Remember that first drive of the second half? Just like the first half. Clean. Very clean. Right down the field.
We ran the ball. We ran
clean.
play action.
Yeah.
And then You know what we didn't do on 3rd and shorts? Try to do a fucking end around.
Right. It's just so odd, man. He's so inconsistent. He doesn't also another problem. He doesn't attack defense's weaknesses. And why the hell, if you know that their team is blitzing like crazy, that they're sending heat, you should be well aware at this point of the game
Send your
to
back
start
out of the backfield.
Yeah, start dialing up a play that gets them to stop blitzing. Basically, okay, you want to blitz? Okay, here we go. We're gonna dial this up, and then we're gonna take that shit right away from you.
No,
but we didn't. We just continued to let them bring the heat, and Allen's just backpedaling. I mean, it's like there's nothing. We have nobody. Receivers are just
6 on 5, and
it's wild.
You know what that means? It means someone's open.
Someone's open, yeah. But where are they open? Way down, you know what I mean? Are they just what routes are they running? What is called? I have no idea.
Yeah, we'll have to watch the all 22 to understand that. But
Yeah,
I'm not even sure I'm going to go back and watch the all 22. I don't want to see this team for 2 weeks.
I've seen enough. I've seen.
I don't need to see this shit.
I know what I see. I don't need the all 22. Man,
I was wrong on him. That guy's been a monster.
Absolutely, I was wrong too. He's been our best rookie by far on this team, and then the tight end second.
D-line.
Yeah, he's been consistent for the most part. He's making plays when needed. He's a good. You know what? And he still has work to do as far as getting better. But dude, that's at least a positive sign, right? At least we got something out of the draft where we can go, hey, this guy has potential, and maybe we'll see that when Harrison gets on the field because I'm not gonna. We can't really say that yet that he's, a bust or anything like that until we see him actually get into the game. But right now, the guys that we have or have played, he's the most consistent, and he's the one that's actually looks the most promising.
Kevin says we didn't say that when Whaley was the GM. There's a difference. When Whaley was the GM, usually how it works is the GM's hired by the owner, and then the GM goes out and hires the coach.
Correct.
The difference here is McDermott was hired first and then went out and helped get Bean the job. He wanted to work with Bean.
It's super rare that it's the other way around, Kevin.
Mm-hmm.
Very rare. Like John Gruden, I believe, hired the GM over. But that's just, once again, though, that's a rare occasion. And the only reason I believe they gave that to Gruden it's because Gruden was a Super Bowl winning coach and he knows football very well. So the owner probably said, you know what? I believe in you. You can find the right guy. McDermott, to be honest with you, what did he deserve to be the guy to go out and get a GM? Like what knowledge did he have? Or right. And I like Bean, but why is he the one making the call? What the fuck has he done ever? He's been a defensive coordinator who got fired from one spot. And he had some good years in Carolina, but I still don't think he was unbelievably as greatest thing since sliced bread.
Genius like they say he is.
Right. I hate, by the way, Mikey, I fucking hate when the commentators, and they did it tonight, when they're like, oh, Sean McDermott, one of the best defensive-minded head coach in the NFL. I'm like, no, he's fucking not. Shut the fuck up.
Josh
Allen one of the
fell
best.
into their laps, and he hit. It's the only reason why he's still here.
That is the only reason, folks. That is the truth. Take it how you want it. Because it ain't no fucking way in hell, even if we had a good quarterback here, that I think McDermott would be still around. He'd be fired. And that's why he goes up there and hugs him, and he knows the truth. Allen saves his ass in many games. Many games. And really, honestly, is why he, like Mikey said, he has a job still today, in my opinion. Because let's just say Rex Ryan happened to have Allen as his quarterback. Are you telling me we wouldn't be a playoff team? Of course we would. Stop it already. Of course we would. Right? Now, I'm not saying Rex Ryan would got us through a Super Bowl, but I think he'd probably do the same thing here that McDermott's doing. There's no difference. Come on.
Yeah, those two guys aren't going to change our pass rush. However, I'm hoping those two guys know how to tackle because nobody else on that fucking defense.
Oh, Hoyt and OBJ. Dude, I'm going to be honest with you. At this point, Mikey, we just gotta hope. Like,
I mean,
really,
it can't be worse than watching Landon
Right.
Jackson and Solomon run around.
It can't be worse than that. Absolutely. And that's why we said on Friday Night Lights, listen, who gives a fuck at this point? Call up fucking Poyer and Gabe Davis when Gabe's healthy. Because what does it really matter? Why Bills fans really gonna get upset? You're seeing anything special that Gabe's gonna take away time from another one of our thrilling wide receivers? Like, come on, man.
Yeah, we're in trouble.
You know what I'm saying, guys? Like,
we're in trouble.
We're in trouble. Like this team is showing its flaws big time, and teams are exposing the shit out of it, right? And all they're looking at is film. And guess what? Carolina's going to look at the film, right? They're going to have plenty of time to see, oh, okay, this is how you attack the offense, right? Physical, aggressive, man coverage, because we don't think the receivers are good enough to beat us in man.
They're not.
Let's get after it. They're not. Exactly. So can we get lucky, get past Carolina at this point? Maybe. I don't know. Carolina's weird. They've won some, and that's I believe at Carolina, right? Or is that at Buffalo?
Nope.
It's at Carolina, right? Okay. So at this point, I don't even want to say that's a win. I have no idea.
I'm going back to what I said a few years ago. Until I see them win, I don't believe they're going to win.
Yeah, it's.
I have not seen the Bills crumble like that in a few years. No one reminds me of. Remember the year when we had to come back against Miami and chase
Miami?
down?
It does. You're right.
When we were so much of that.
That was a bad year. And what year was that? Who do we have on the team? I don't even remember. That was bad.
What, 2 or 3 years ago.
Yeah,
we had to run them down, and we had to have Miami collapse.
We had Diggs. That's where we definitely had Diggs there, right? And we were in a major funk. You are right.
And we fired Dorsey.
It was. You're right. And Brady came in this second half of the season.
So was that?
Yeah. You're right.
2 years ago.
2 years ago.
Yeah.
Wow. Was it really? You sure about that?
Yeah. Because this is Brady's third season, or second full season, and they had a half a season.
Okay. Jeez Louise. Okay. Maybe you're right there. I have to go back, but I think you're right.
Matt Chatter said Josh Allen can't pass over 20 yards. Who's he supposed to throw it to? Nobody's open.
Right. Yeah. Tell me a player. Dude, I watch Red Zone. I watch other teams play. They have receivers that can actually create separation and get enough space where a quarterback can throw deep and get them on the run. Even tonight's pass, I'll be honest with you, Palmer was a 50-50. Palmer still couldn't.
I didn't see it.
Okay, so Palmer had a beat on him for a second, but Palmer doesn't have enough speed to actually keep you know what I mean? Keep going and get that extra, push away. And he got called up, but he still made the play on the ball. But still, we don't have these guys that just have that breakaway speed that can get wide open in routes, like a Diggs, like a shit. Even Gabe Davis did better in getting open, guys. I mean, come on, man. We just don't have that. We don't have that luxury. Allen doesn't have that luxury right now of a go-to guy that can create separation when needed. We don't have it.
Yeah, it is when this is about the time we went and got Cooper last year. The difference was I know we picked up Cooper in our offense, started playing better, but Cooper didn't do anything for us.
But isn't it? I get where you're going, and I understand it. But we've talked about this. It's not about so much about okay. Let's forget about Cooper real quick.
Our receiver room was worse last
year. I know,
year.
but forget it. But let's move away Cooper. Let's forget about that. Let's talk about Diggs. Let's go back to the Diggs days and Gabe Davis. Let's talk about Diggs and Davis and just the rest of the receivers, McKenzie, all them. When we had games where Diggs was doubled up, right? And Diggs only had, because not every game Diggs had 100 yards. Diggs sometimes had 35, right? But what did he do good? What did Diggs demand from a defense? He demanded that respect. He demanded doubles. He demanded, right, like a defense coordinator kind of game plan and go, oh, that's their guy. That's their one. And what does that do? That helps out everybody else on the team, right? That helps out the Gabe Davises of the world, the Cole Beasleys of the world. They made no Sanders. They made their life a lot easier. And so I'm not saying Cooper was Diggs, but he still had that little respect, Mikey, where it's like, hey, like this is their one right now. Like he's still a guy that could be dangerous, right? So they played us a little differently, and everybody kind of got better because of that. Remember Keon Coleman breakout game right there, right away. I mean,
but that was a new system that no one had any real tape on it. Like I don't think bringing in an Amari Cooper type is going to change this offense. I really don't. Like
but that wasn't
I
a new
hope I'm
system.
wrong.
That was the same system. What are you talking about? That was when we had last year.
Yeah,
that was the everybody eats system. There was no
but we had Matt Collins running it.
No, I get it, but
like we had blown teams out the first 3 games.
Exactly. What were the first 3 games opponents? Same as before. Same as this year. They weren't the best opposition. And then when we faced the Ravens, who were a better opposition.
My point is going like look what Cooper did for our team, like stats wise. Because if we go out and we go get an AJ Brown or a Jerry Jeudy or Chris Olave or whoever we're gonna go get, is it gonna help the other receivers to learn how to play football? I don't think so.
I think it helps the offense.
Okay, I hope you're right.
Yeah, I think it helps the other players get open. Like it helps them get more open and with the offense. So last year, just a heads up. So Cooper came here in his first game was.
By the way,
yeah, go ahead. Let me
let
me go. Yeah, I got you.
Thank you very much.
Person said Ryan King used multiple vacuum systems for Cook and Allen tonight. They had a really good game plan to keep Allen, in the pocket and not let him run around and do things. It was really smart. Like get right here, just before you go, we don't have anyone that can beat man coverage. We didn't last year either. Like Cooper didn't come in and start beating man coverage.
No, but he was still an option. He was still but my point is this. He's still, when we went into games, you can't tell me that defensive coordinators still had to respect Cooper's ability over Matt Collins or over Keon Coleman at the time.
He missed a ton of fucking time.
But that's my point. When he played, we did much, much better. If you go back to, like I said, when he first got here, if you look at he wasn't terrible. His first game here, remember too, he barely played with Josh Allen, right? Like they had to build their chemistry. He still had 42 yards. Shit, I take 42 right now from any receiver. We're barely getting that now, right? Next game, 66 yards. Once again, Mikey, I'll take that right now over anybody we got. We can't get 66 yards from a receiver. Then he got hurt. Then he came back. He had 55 yards. Then he had an off game, 12 yards. Then he had 95 against the Rams, right? Then he got hurt against the Lions. I guess he didn't play at all. And then that was it. And then he had 56 against the Jets. And in the playoffs, not great, right? The best game he had was against KC at 33. But my point is, though, those numbers aren't god awful in the regular season compared to what we got now, which is way worse. And he opened it up for the other receivers. If you look, also too, and it's not even about that, Allen's stats went up. Yards per pass went up. I think it was from 7 to 10 per pass. Like everything went up. Points per game. Allen's yards per pass went up. So you're saying that's just a coincidence? Like there's no way. Like I'm not saying Cooper was this, oh my God, turnaround. But there's no way you could tell me that another receiver, if we got a guy that the defense actually had to respect and possibly double at times, that wouldn't help out other receivers on this team. There's just no way.
I don't look at Joe Brady and figure out that he knows how to use it.
Well, that's a different story. That's a totally different story. But I'm talking about the respect that a defense has towards that guy.
If you believe it, I'm with you. Let's hope they go and do it.
Because look, when we had Diggs, he helped out everybody else in the room. You can't deny that.
No,
right? But I get what you're saying. We also had a different offensive coordinator.
Yeah.
And I'm with you there. So I'm totally with you. So you're saying if we brung in, let's say we happen to get AJ Brown, which is not going to happen, but let's say we did, you're saying that the chances of Brady understanding how to use them in his offense
it's not even just Brady.
Worry.
The chances of Sean McDermott allowing us to do more passing and open the offense up like that, I don't see that happening.
But why do you have to necessarily do more passing? I mean, like I don't see that.
Okay.
Like why?
Okay.
Why do you have to force the ball to that guy then? Like I'm not saying.
But the problem is our offensive line can't block right now, so we can't.
Yeah,
run the
I don't
ball.
know what's going on there. Right. But they're having a tough time.
So you have to throw the ball.
Right. But let me ask you this: let's say you had that guy, right? Let's say you had a top guy on 3rd and 6s. Wouldn't that guy be pretty useful?
If they fucking ran a slant or something to him, maybe. But we don't run those either.
No, I know, but you don't think Brady would definitely use that guy though?
No, I don't.
Really? See, I don't know that because we haven't had it.
Coleman on slants.
Okay, let me ask you this.
Body.
You said Cooper wasn't that good when we got him, and I agree. Like he was at the end of his career, pretty much.
He was okay, but he didn't.
Okay, but he wasn't what he was. But he was right. He wasn't what he once was. So to be fair, and I get what you're saying about Brady, but Brady has never had then a number one. He's never had an alpha. The only time he's had one was where?
Who?
When did he have an alpha receiver? Who? Joe Brady to work with. Joe Brady. When's the only time he's ever LSU? Okay, and how'd that work out? Did he know how to use them?
That's a.
I know, but did he know how to use them in the offense?
Oh yeah, in college.
Okay,
sure,
right. Okay, in college,
when the athletes were his athletes were better than their athletes.
Okay. Yes, I agree. But to be fair, has he had one here to work with? No. Has he ever had? Okay, so we can't say if a Stephon Diggs in his prime was here and Brady was the offensive coordinator, that Brady wouldn't know how to use Stephon Diggs. Okay. Is one we can't.
But we don't know if we traded for Myles Garrett, it wouldn't have changed his defense and Sean McDermott.
That's true. You're right, 100%. Well, you know what? No, I disagree because we've seen players come in here and they underperform.
But you don't know. He's never had a Myles Garrett.
You know what? You know why I know? Because I've seen players that weren't Myles Garrett and went and played better.
And I've seen receivers leave here and go and play better.
Which ones?
Under Joe Brady is lighting it up.
Under Joe Brady. Joe Brady
had Stephon Diggs. The last half of that
year. You're right. You're right. I'll give you that. You're right. Didn't use them correctly, and that was probably one of the reasons why.
And then Sherfield left and went to Minnesota and actually played well in Minnesota.
Okay. I would like to see it. How about that? Like I'm not on the listen, put it this way. If we did get it,
give Josh more weapons, I'm okay with.
Exactly.
You're saying, I don't think it's going to change everything.
I didn't say it was going to change everything, but that doesn't mean it won't help a little bit, right? Like right now, if we keep going on, Mikey, this offense is where it's at. Oh, and we talked about this last year when we were also. I wish I could pull up a tape or up our old video when we were bitching here after 2 losses, going, we need to make a trade, we need help for Josh Allen, and then when we got Cooper, I promise you, if I go back. You're gonna hear yourself talk about, wow, what a difference this made on the offense.
I hope I
promise you.
I hope I'm wrong, and I hope that happens.
But you can't deny that. You can't deny that you didn't think when he got here last year because I can go back. I promise you, I can find where you were like, yeah, he made a difference. He's making a difference. 100% it did. Now, mind you, could that have been just a spark? Probably, maybe. I don't know. Right?
I'm all for
but I will say this too, real quick. Sometimes any little addition sometimes can create a little spark to the offense or defense, no matter the play. Sometimes it can create something. I've seen it happen many times, right? Mm-hmm. I'm just saying, you never know. And do we need a spark right now is the question on both sides of the ball? Absolutely.
You know what the spark
would be? What's the harm?
You know what the spark would be? Firing your head coach.
Oh, yeah, dude, I would fire him. I would have fired him years ago. Well, so that's not happening. But I agree that I would fire his ass right fucking now. But that's not going to happen.
It's fine. Listen, you want to give Josh Allen more weapons. I'm never going to say no. I just don't think that's going to actually fix anything. because I don't see McDermott ever changing who he is, and that's the problem.
Right, and I think his hands are more in the cookie jar of the defense than the offense, in my opinion. I'm not saying he doesn't have his hands a little bit in the offense, but I also feel like the only way we're going to win is we load up on offense. We need offense. This team is only going to go as far as Josh Allen takes it. And if that's the case, and we all know this, and I think we can all agree on that, Josh Allen needs help. He needs more weapons then. If that's the true reason, if we're all sitting here right now going, our head coach sucks, our defense blows, and Josh Allen's really the only greatest thing we have, and James Cook's a really, really good running back, then okay, what does that tell you? Josh Allen has to be the guy, and that means he needs help, and that means the offense needs more weapons. That's the only way right now, as we sit, that we could possibly see this team even getting to a Super Bowl is through Josh Allen. And what does that mean? We need to add more help.
Okay.
He needs more. He can't do it himself, Mikey. He can't. He's one guy. What can he do?
And I'm not even telling you not to go get the guys. What I'm telling you is, just like Trick says here, Brady had DJ Moore and a prime Robbie Anderson. Couldn't figure out how to use them either. He had Stephon Diggs here in the second half of the year. Couldn't figure out how to use him.
Okay, so this is great. I'm glad you brought that up, Mikey. I said last year, and Mikey, I know, but
I was drinking the Brady Kool-Aid.
Mikey, you already know where I'm going. I said last year that I was not, listen, I didn't say I hate Brady, and I still don't say that, but I wasn't as sold on Brady as Mikey was. And Mikey, I'm glad, you know what? I'm glad you admit that now, because me and Mikey had that debate for a little while. And Mike was like, what did you chat? Yeah.
I said in our chat. I'm glad. After the third and one end around, I'm like, I'm done with this motherfucker. You're down a score, and you try to run a fucking trick play when you can't get basic offense right. What the fuck are we doing?
Correct. And I think he has way too many flaws in his offensive play calling. Way too many. And you know what? What worries me about Brady, Mikey, the most, he's had time to fix those and correct those. He's now going on year 2. There's no excuse, right, for Joe Brady at this point. Matter of fact, he's going on two and a half, right? He took over for Dorsey. We gave him the benefit of the doubt. He did good. And then he had a whole season last year where he came up with this concept, which is fine, right? It could, I guess, work, but it's sloppy and it's clunky at times. And once again, he's falling into the same traps that he does on, against defenses. And here we are, new year, and he's still falling into the same traps. And he's still wanting this offense. He still believes in his scheme, and I just don't buy into it. And if he believes in it so much, Mikey, then why are we having these issues week in, week out, right? With this system. To me right now, bro, it's a broken system. And I think the defense is also broken. I think the scheme has been broken.
It's been broken for
years.
Burrow broke it in that playoff game.
Absolutely. I think he exposed it there.
Mm-hmm.
I think they actually exposed it in that one game before that, but the whole Hamlin thing. I think they were the first to really go, okay, we're gonna fuck this team. We're gonna show you how it's done. And then they just continued off where they left from that one game. It's in the playoffs.
I get these guys can't get open, but you can scheme guys open, and that's my problem. We don't do any scheming.
Correct. And I will say this too. Yeah, go ahead, Mike. Sorry.
You can scheme guys open. Look at what Detroit does. Like, yes, they have some fast guys, but they also have some slow guys who get schemed. Look at what Ben Johnson's doing in Chicago. He's scheming guys open. Like, you do pick plays. You can do random shit.
We don't run any screens, by the way, guys.
No,
nope.
We don't do any of that shit.
Nope. And I'll say this too, Rakeem, to counter that. If none of these guys can get open, right? If that's the case, then that's also goes back to Joe Brady and Sean McDermott. Because then Joe Brady should go, hey, dude, I'm doing everything I can as an offensive coordinator. I'm calling the best plays I can. These guys just can't get open, right? These guys can't. They're not doing what I want them to do. Okay. If you're honest and you see that, then what does that say? Go out and get it. Go out. Then you need to go out and get some change. You need to make some changes, right? You need to get receivers who could fit your offense. But I'm not hearing that. I'm hearing these guys can get the job done. These are the guys I like. These guys, I'm not hearing anything about these receivers from our coaches that tells me otherwise, right? The only guy that honestly that they dog on is Keon Coleman. That's the only receiver that I've heard get dogged on, and that's Sean McDermott.
Yeah.
That is the only guy, and McDermott loves the dog on the young guys. But what about Moore? I don't hear him saying shit about Moore. What about Palmer, right?
What about Samuel, who can't stay healthy?
Samuel, right? I don't hear him dogging any of these guys, right? It's one guy. He's basically picking on one receiver,
but he's not dogging his defense.
Not dogging it. Yeah, you never hear him dogging it. Right,
350 yards in the first half.
Exactly. You know what he's going to say? We got to do better. Fundamentals were bad. Complimentary football. Look at the film. Like, it's going to be the same shit. That's why I don't even watch his pressers anymore. They're all garbage.
That stupid jet sweep killed everything. Listen, I'm all for jet sweeps and pop passes at the right time. 3rd and 1 when you're trailing is not the time to do that.
Right. What are you doing? Right. What are you doing? Especially what happened last week. You're going to do it again? You're going to fuck around and do it again?
Well, let me ask you a general question. And, Jack can answer. If we go out and get A.J. Brown, do you think all of a sudden we're going to start beat man coverage?
I believe A.J. Brown can beat his man coverage, but I don't know about the rest of the receivers.
They're just going to, bracket him.
Yeah. I know, I get that, but the best receivers in the league, that's why they get paid the money, right? They're number ones.
But do you think it's going to fix all the other issues that we have on the offense?
I don't, but it could maybe help them get a little less pressure, considering that a lot of defensive coordinators or defenses, they double or they play at one side a little bit heavier. But I'm with you, Mikey. I understand what you're saying, but that I still at this point think they need help at the receiver room, and I don't think it would hurt to at least try to bring in somebody that's reliable. And yeah, that's the comment I meant that he brung up, that Dan brung up. These guys just aren't winning off the line. They cannot get separation off the initial routes. Yeah, that's a problem.
Question.
Yeah, I think he would. I think it would help.
One guy is going to fix we can't beat man coverage.
Well, once again, I feel like it helped a little bit last year when we had the same problem. And I'm not saying that I'm not saying it carried over to the playoffs because we had a problem, right? But you can't deny that it didn't help. And didn't we get to an AFC championship last year?
Yeah.
Okay, so
with less receivers than we have now.
But let's be fair. No Cooper. Let's say we don't make that trade. Let's say forget about it. Doesn't happen. Where do you see that team going from that point? Do you see the offense? You're saying the offense picks up, or the offense kind of stays the same?
I have no idea.
Truthfully,
honestly, I have no idea.
I don't think it was I don't live off coincidences. I don't live off just like I can't be like for instance, Mikey, and I'll give you another. You got hired at your job, and then whatever the business. Let's just say it was at a certain number when you got there, but you got there, and then 6 months later, business is up 25%, right? I'm not going to go be like, well, what's Mikey really done? It's just a coincidence. Like that's a weird coincidence that you got there and all of a sudden things got a little bit better.
It depends if I had my hands in on what,
right? But clearly you did. But I'm just saying, clear the offense, right? Everything went up, right? So let's say you're part of the field, whatever your part of the business is, whatever
offense went up because I had to go up. Like it was.
I know. But I'm just talking coincidence. So you got hired at your job and your field, wherever you're at, went up. Like whatever numbers went up, just numbers in general. People can't say that, well, when Mikey really came here and he was just kind of a desk guy. You get what I'm saying? Like,
pray to God there's no way it's trade for a receiver so we can stop having this fucking conversation. This is like the fourth straight week we've had this conversation.
But let's say we did and it went better. Would you then deny it? Or would you just say, what is he really doing out there?
Well, it depends. Is he actually putting up numbers? If the offense just gets better, like
what does that mean?
Well, I showed up and magically we got better. Because but Diggs, the first few weeks they were scoring 30. Like the first 4 weeks they were scoring like 30 points a game.
But you say yourself, it's not always about stats. Just because Cooper doesn't have 100 yards every game didn't mean he didn't have a role in why the offense was better. You admit that every time you say that.
I understand that, but I'm saying we walked into this week. Until the last 2 weeks, we were scoring 30 points per game, right?
And we were last year as well.
And then we had 2 bad games. We brought in Cooper, and then we got back on track.
Yes, by a lot, by the way. Yes.
Okay, but
we went from 26.7 to 30 points a game.
So if we have 31 points a game, now all of a sudden we get AJ Brown and we stay at 28 or 30.
Well, then I'll say you're absolutely right. Then our fucking Joe Brady is terrible. He needs to be fired immediately. That's what I would say.
Listen, pray to God. I pray to God we make a receiver.
But you know it.
Stop having this conversation.
I know, but you know it. If we brought in a number 1 here and our offense was just as bad,
the number 1. That's
I know we're not. I'm just saying, if we brought in somebody and we did nothing better, you would immediately go, "We have this fucking guy, and we're still playing like shit. Fire that motherfucker." That's what you would say.
I'm saying that now.
Me too.
I don't need to see us go trade for someone. 31, you run a jet sweep.
You know why? We're in the now. We're in the now right now, Mikey. I can't go backwards, and I can't predict the future. All I'm gonna say is, dude, at this point, Mikey, just fucking go out there and do whatever. Make trade. I don't care. I just need to see something.
He missed half the season, guys. How much of a huge impact did he really have? He was gone for half the season with a busted hand.
I get it, but
how much of a huge impact did he truly have? Like, did he help? Yes. Did he have some huge impact? Like, he changed our offense when he wasn't even there for half of them? What are we talking about?
I just I think you
did he help? Yes.
Okay,
he didn't show up. He didn't show up, and Keon Coleman got hurt at the same time, so we were down to both of them for like half the season.
No, I like I said, I understand what you're saying in a way, but you can't deny that our offense got better, and it can't just be a coincidence.
No, and I get that, and I hope, again, going back to, I hope we make the trade for the wide receiver. I really do.
Okay, so
I just think you guys are. I don't need to go back down this fucking rabbit hole again.
I'm just showing this. So with 11 games, the team averaged 33.7. Before that was 26.8. That's a huge jump, humongous jump, Mikey. Look, the Bills' offense reached or surpassed 30 points.
7 he was on the team, but he didn't play in 11 games for the Bills.
Okay, but he still played a good amount of games for the Bills. He only missed 3. Okay, so even with 3, I mean, they were still clicking. And even if, Mikey, like I said, whatever he did, whatever spark that Cooper brung when he was traded here, whatever help he provided, and Mikey, it could have just been help with the receivers alone.
I'm wrong. You're right. We can move on.
It's not about wrong or right, but you can't deny that their offense was better when he got here. I don't know where the disconnect is.
I'm not saying it wasn't better. What I'm saying is
I
don't truly believe he had that much of an impact.
Enough of an impact to go from 26 to 33. So
enough of an impact. We didn't re-sign him.
Enough of an impact where we got to the AFC Championship game and we were a team that had lost 2 in a row at that point, and we were talking right now, this time of the year, going, "Oh, this fucking offense can't get us fucking offense." And guess what? We got Cooper and go, "We're in an AFC Championship game, Mikey." Cooper definitely helped. He definitely helped. We no one can deny that. I don't think anybody can deny that. I get what you're saying, but he definitely had a play. He definitely had a part of the offense success in that time.
He retired after signing with the Raiders.
He did retire, correct?
After signing with the Raiders.
Yeah, because
he wanted to come back here, and we said no.
Which we should have said no to a lot of people that wanted to come back.
Yeah, that's all I'm saying.
Yeah, no one said resign him. Did I say we need Cooper back? I didn't say that. I had nothing to say with that.
We're just going to go in circles here, so yeah. Okay.
I just don't know why you don't feel like having another weapon for Allen would hurt.
Oh my God.
Don't see.
I just said trade for the receiver. Giving Allen weapons is fine. I don't trust Joe Brady. That's what I'm saying.
Okay, so let me ask you this. Then we'll leave it off this. If the Bills only traded for defense, does that make a difference?
No, because I don't trust Sean McDermott either.
So really, don't we at this point where we stand today, we do nothing in your eyes, and this is it.
I said trade for a receiver.
But
Give
what
Allen
do you
more
want?
weapons.
Like, what are you thinking? Not what I want.
What do I actually want? I want a wide receiver. I want a linebacker. I want a CB2. That's what I want.
Right, but we
what
probably
am I
can't
going to
get
get?
3.
Probably none of them.
All right, so let me ask you this. There's some free agents out there that's possibly we could pick up as like a cornerback, right? We still got Samuel out there, right? That's one option where you don't need to make a trade.
I would have already signed him. I would have signed him in
exactly. So without a trade, wouldn't you like to see them take a flyer on Samuel and then trade for a weapon, a receiver for Allen? Then you got 2 without having to do 2 trades. I don't know
what you want from me here.
I want you to say.
Let me say, we get a wide receiver. The offense is going to go to the moon, and everyone's going to be happy.
No. I want you to say that the only way this team's going to win is the offense. It goes to the offense.
I've always said that.
Okay, then that's why I'm all on board on bringing in more help for Allen. Not that once again, not that
biggest issue is I don't trust our coaching staff.
Well, we're all on board. I've never tried to
get at.
I've done enough videos to say that. Like, duh, like we're all on board with that.
Bringing AJ Brown in here or whoever coming in, I don't believe is going to fix a lot of the problems because I don't trust our coaching staff to be able to use them correctly. That's all I'm trying to say.
And I agree with you. There's far too many problems that one player can fix. Mikey, I'm with you there, but I'm just saying, if we have any fighting chance, load up on offense. That's my only point. And it can't hurt because what's the worst that's going to do? Let's say you bring in an Olave. Wow, we gave up a 4th round pick for him. Whatever. Maybe we get lucky and somehow get to the AFC Championship game again, right? We got lucky with Cooper and got there. That's all I'm saying. I just don't feel like just us sitting on our hands going, our coaching staff sucks. We're just fucked regardless of what we do, which probably is the case. I at least want to get lucky. Okay. That's all I'm hoping for is luck. Can a guy hold on for some luck and hope?
Sure.
Okay. My God, can I have a dream?
No, I'm going to kill your dream.
You son of a bitch.
All over it.
You bastard, you.
How'd you like the combo of Walker and Oliver? I actually thought they played well together.
I did too.
You know,
I did. Yeah, I want to see more of that. Actually,
we've had speed guys before, and they didn't work here. You know, we've had Hardy, who was a speed guy that worked really well at the Saints. We had MVS, who came in here, who worked really well with the Chiefs. Neither one of them can do shit. That's why I don't believe inside this offense a speed guy is going to change much.
No, that I'm probably with you. Because when we had McKenzie and Dable coach, we knew how to use speed. When we had John Brown and Dable was our coach, we knew how to use John Brown. Even when we had Stephon Diggs here, we still knew how to use John Brown. We knew how to use Emmanuel Sanders. Right? So I'm with you on that.
I've been trying to throw in the towel for 4 weeks now, and Tommy just won't let me throw in the towel on this.
No, I can never throw in the towel.
Will not let me throw in the towel.
I can't. I just can't. I just can't, man. I'm so sick of seeing what I'm seeing, man.
You know,
Robert Foster, remember him?
He had
Allen made him look like but you know what? Allen made him look like a pretty decent receiver his first year. I went to that Lions game. He did pretty good.
Dude, Hardy and MVS both. MVS freaking caught a Super Bowl touchdowns from Mahomes. Don't tell me the fucker can't play. He left the Bills, went and scored a bunch of touchdowns with the Saints.
You're right away. He had a good, and then I think he fell off or got hurt or something like that.
Yeah,
Hardy. I'm not sure about Hardy, but I know he had speed.
Was the big speed guy before Rashid and the Saints, who was catching bombs. You know what? Guys like that.
You got a great point in that. I think, Mikey. We don't. I think, and that's that goes back to Brady because we have guys with speed here. Khalil Shakir's a 4.3 guy. He's not slow. Elijah Moore's a 4.3 guy. He is not slow. They have electric speed. We just chose not to. KJ Hamler, who used to be on this team, was super fast, and we didn't know how to use him. We didn't even call him up. Okay. So I'm with you there, and that's not even my problem. I want a guy that could create at least some separation off the route. That's all I'm looking for. Because
we
you're
haven't
right.
had that since Diggs left.
That's what I'm saying.
It was Beasley and Diggs were the two guys who could create off a separation.
Yeah.
Shakir used to be able to. I don't know. I don't know if they're just running in different routes or what, but he used to be
I don't
that
know.
guy.
He used to be. He makes some catches here and there, where he kind of flashes his, what we saw last year, but he's there. I got to say too, another thing before we get out of here, a lot of players on this team regressed. Have regressed this year. A lot.
Worthy's hurt half the time too. What are you talking? Okay. I need to get out of here because I'm just going to get arguing with the chat.
Worthy is hurt a lot too.
Worthy's going to change this offense or something.
But I will say this too: Kansas City compared to our offense is
an actual offensive guru versus Brady. I guarantee you, Andy Reid's on 3rd and 1, down 7 is not calling a freaking end around.
Better yet, I guarantee you, if Moore was on the Chiefs, he'd have better stats or he'd be more involved. I promise you. They would know how to use him. I promise you. I swear to you.
Who couldn't make the Patriots roster, and he's making plays there.
Right. They got a 7th rounder that they use that's making plays here and there. So that tells you everything you need to know about our offensive coordinator and one who knows what the fuck he's doing, offensive coordinator. Oh, guys, man. So we appreciate you guys, man. It's been a rough night for all of us. It's tough. It is what it is. What do you say? But yeah. So listen, guys, it's going to be a long 2 weeks, right? All we got to do is honestly hope for the best at this point, like we always do every season. We all know the deal. Mikey knows the deal. I know the deal. Keys knows the deal. Most fans know the deal. Sean McDermott's not the guy, but unfortunately, he's here to stay. We're stuck with him. So we can bitch, we can complain, we can be here and do videos after video after video. It doesn't make a difference. So right now, guys, think about Brandon it like
Bean, go trade for a receiver so we can stop having that fucking
Yeah. And honestly, think about it like we think about it every year. Hope and pray. That's it. That's it. Because that's all we need at this point. Because it's this team is what it is, man. Anyways, Bills Mafia, we love you. As always, go Bills. I am on tomorrow with Dan. That's going to be very interesting. 10:30 a.m. Check that out. Dan Mitchell. I'll be on tomorrow talking with Dan. I'm sure he's not happy either.
Freaking spin.
And we'll talk tomorrow.
Kelvin Benjamin's available.
Yeah, he's available. All right. I don't know where the hell he's working at Arby's.
Sandra, thank you for being here. And go Bills.
All right, guys. Go Bills. We're out here. Peace.
Just let your soul go. Just let it shine through. Just let your soul, baby, feel it.